you all get a chance to as well. We're going to be doing some boxing for you. That's one of my favorite sports. Whitaker clearly won. I think anybody that sees between perennial power Oxon Hill, the home team, coming off a 5-5 disappointing season, but looking strong in their opening encounter last week against Coolidge. No, I'm sorry, that is not. I'll give you that. That is Richard Marantz, and it's a short kickoff. Richard Marantz on the kickoff, trying to pick up who it was on the return. I think I got a 42. Stephen Hayward, one of the up men. And we have separated our mics. We don't have the conflict now with the PA announcer. We'll try to stay out of each other's way, however. I understand it's going to be kind of loud out here when they make the announcement. And, of course, last week, Paul Rivers, #1, had a stellar performance. He's lining up at tailback. And he gets the ball right away. Cuts up the right side. And he's down by the place kicker, Richard Marantz. We got a second. The ball is okay. Let's spot the ball here. It's about the 38-yard line. I got about a 2nd and 5. Need to get to about the 43. It's just short of the 38. They need to get just short of the 43. Quarterback for Oxon Hill, we got #4, Omar Jackson. We see #65 on the line, Aaron Pullen. Try to spot him as we go along. We don't have the starting lineups in advance. Okay, again, Rivers off the right side. Rivers, who had a great game, he's pulled down by _5 for Bowie, who's Roger Barnes, who's also a quarterback on offense. Paul Rivers, I'm sorry, had a great game last week. As did his running mate, Lamont Smith, #3. These are big running backs. Rivers goes 6'2", 195. They were hard to bring down last week in the game against Coolidge. And that's the option to the right side. Omar Jackson cuts it back, switches to the right hand. That was the first down on the previous carry. The gain is to the place. Timeout on the field. Officials might have noticed an infraction. Let's see. Got the ball about.
Scoreboard, there's not 12 seconds left in the quarter. There's 10 minutes, 12 seconds left in the quarter. We're missing our
Yeah. We got a 2nd down and about 6 yards to go on the 48-yard line, I believe, of Bowie. As excuse me, getting some instructions from our producer here. You will hear, I assume you will hear the announcement of the PA announcer in between my rap. And we'll try to stay out of their way. I understand there may be some conflict. But that's an explanation why I might shut out at times. Very happy to be here. It's beautiful weather. Football here at Oxon Hill Stadium. We've got a 2nd and 6 on the 48-yard line. Omar Jackson under center at the quarterback spot, #4 for Oxon Hill. And on the handoff again, Paul Rivers cutting back up. He stopped after a very short gain by 54. Dante Williams on the tackle again with Richard Marantz. And a gain of only about 2, I think, but leaving us with a 3rd down and 4 to go on the 46-yard line of Bowie. First 3rd down conversion attempt of the game. 3rd and short. 51 over the ball. And we'll get these gradually for you. 51 over the ball for Oxon Hill is center Jamar Epps. And Jackson realigns Smith in the backfield, #3 out here in the slot. And a quick inside handoff to Smith. Cuts back. gain of about 15 yards down to about the 30, 35, gain of about 11 anyway. That was Lamont Smith on the carry. I did not get the tackler. There was a misdirection in the backfield, a fake to Rivers, and kind of a scissors play, actually. Running the single wing offense for Oxon Hill Clippers. Got some plays that we haven't seen in a while. Full house backfield now. Again, inside handoff to Smith, who may have fumbled. And we do have a fumble in the recovery by Bowie. From this angle, I had a hard time seeing the number. I don't have a spotter with me. I didn't see who made the hit, but he was hit just as he got the ball. Came loose, and the recovery was made by Bowie. Our first change in momentum as Oxon Hill was moving the ball quite steadily down the field with its running game. Turnovers played a very big role in the win for Oxon Hill last week against Coolidge. And the tables are being turned as well as the overs being turned. And in the game for Bowie, a quarterback will get the spot in a second. All right, handoff to 22. Myron Dent. Short gain off the left side. So we got Dockett, that's Keith Dockett, 55 on the tackle for Oxon Hill after a gain of only about 1 for Bowie. Part of Myron Dent. We'll get try to spot these lineups as we go along. Quarterback, we got number 5, Roger Barnes. He made a play on defense on the previous series for Bowie. Rolling out to his right off a play fake, looking long. And it's overthrown, intended for number 13. It was intended for number 13, Marty Bosek. So we have listed as the quarterback himself. So Oxon Hill holding the Bulldogs to gain of 1 yard on the first 2 downs. And the ball is re-slotted. We got a 3rd and 9. Over the ball, number 53, Tim Sutton, if I'm not mistaken, for Bowie. And there's some motion on the line for Bowie again. A little bit of a mix-up. Not again, but after 2 fruitless plays, they're going to put themselves further in the hole now. It was an illegal procedure call along the right side. It seemed like they were out of sync. They might not have known the count. Some confusion about the count. And the call is made. We're going to go back another 5 and have a 3rd and 14. Oxon Hill looking strong on defense. Spotting some of the defense for Oxon Hill. We got a little windy out here. 55, Keith Dockett. Got 41, Toby Shiflett. 10 is Tim Williams. We'll get some more as we go along. 3rd and 14. Back in the pocket. And he's got an open man. Whoa! Went for it. That's going to be a touchdown. Number 8, Jermaine Arrington from Roger Barnes as number 1 has stuck. And we got about a touchdown of about 68 yards, if I'm not mistaken. As I started the game last week, Paul Rivers went for the interception. Misjudged it. Let Arrington way behind him. And just as Coolidge did last week, Bowie strikes with a big play. And we've got a 6-0 score in favor of the Bowie Bulldogs. Coolidge struck with a touchdown of similar length into the same end zone and early in the game last week. And we got him going for 2. Back in the pocket, Barnes, and pass over on the right side to number 9, Corey Lee. And it's 8-0 that fast. The motion was all to the right side on that play. Looking back on the counter to the left. Roger Barnes was able to spot Corey Lee, and he was pretty much by himself. He could walk into the end zone untouched. So, we've got a big turn of events here. Oxon Hill coming out looking to go 2-0. Dominating the line of scrimmage on their first drive. Then there's a fumble by Lamont Smith. In turn, Bowie unable to move the ball in his first 2 plays and hit with a 5-yard penalty. And then all of a sudden it's 8-0 after a 68-yard touchdown pass from Roger Barnes to Jermaine Arrington. And 2 big plays made all the difference today. It's still early. We've got 6:49 according to the clock left to go in the first quarter. But not a good start for the home team, homestanding Oxon Hill Clippers. Except for those 2 plays, they've been in control. But bottom line is it's 8-0. And the kickoff goes out of bounds. Let's see if we'll have a spot or a 5-yard penalty. There's a discussion with the captains of Oxon Hill, including 55, who's been prominent already. That's Keith Dockett. I want to apologize for a little bit of the problems on some of the spots. We don't have the starting lineup, and I'm working by myself. As of now, we'll have Jennifer Landry along a little bit later. And as of now, we'll do the very, very best we can. We don't have a monitor either, so we will not have the replay, I believe, on this contest. As we had, it's something we had the benefit of last week. The important thing is the contest itself, and this is a game that could go a long way toward determining a lot of the final outcomes in the Prince George's County League, which is a very strong league. And Oxon Hill will take the ball where it went out of bounds, which I believe is at the 35-yard line. And again, a counter play, and that's Smith with a couple of very nifty moves. Another one, spin move, and another fumble. The ball is picked up by number 3, Lamont Smith, and he's wrestled to the ground. Oh boy, what a wild play. Wish we had a replay on that. He's wrestled down by John Lucas, number 10. Just one move too many for Paul Rivers. But on the spot, we had his running mate, Lamont Smith, who also had a great game last week against Coolidge. And although Rivers had the first down, the ball went back a few yards on the exchange, on the fumble and the recovery, and the attempted run after the recovery. So we got about a 2nd and 4 on the 41. And we got a carry by, I believe. We'll catch it. We'll get this in a sec. John May, who I believe had a good game last week against Coolidge as well. And we got a first down. A gain of about 5, 6. Ball is about we'll call it the 46. Little pass for about 46.5-yard line of Oxon Hill. And again, they're able to move the ball in 4, 5, 6-yard chunks. Ball got away though. On the first possession, fumble by Lamont Smith. This time Paul Rivers is culpable. But they get the first down on the next play. And Omar Jackson again handing off to May. And he's got a big game. got a nice gain again, of about 7 yards up the middle, 6, 7 yards. We call it 6 yards, second down, and second down about 4 on the 47, call it, of Bowie. We got number 65 in on an offensive tackle, I believe, Eric Pullen. We've got out to the right side, 6, Jermaine Howard. In motion is Rivers, and went to the well one time too many, up the middle, and May stopped by 52, Jason Muchler, I guess, along with Richard Morant. We've made 3 or 4 tackles already in the short time that the teams have been on the field. We've got unofficially 3:51 to go in the first quarter, 8-0 in favor of the team in white, Bowie, over the team in black, the home team, Oxon Hill. And there's a delay in the action now. I'm not sure whether they're spotting the ball or I didn't see a flag down or some type of a timeout. No, we have a water person coming on the field. It's still moving. I don't understand exactly what's going on. But the official signal that the clock is still moving, and it is. We're going to be back here at Oxon Hill, I believe, a week or so to see the Eastern Ramblers come in from the district. That will be our 3rd Oxon Hill game we'll have covered this year, but we have a very outstanding schedule, exciting schedule, some key contests, I'm sure, down the road. We'll be covering 1 or more games per week. Now it's the first 3rd and semi-long situation, 3rd and about 5 or 6, just inside the 50-yard line of Bowie, and Jackson. Oh, handoff to Lamont Smith, and that's 52 again in on the tackle. 52, I think we got Jason Muchler again. Gang hit, though, in the backfield, and we're going to have to see a punt, I assume, from Oxon Hill, first punt of the game. And back in punt formation is Paul Rivers, and to receive, we got number 9, Corey Lee, who scored on the 2-point conversion a few minutes ago. Oh, and it's a fake. And there's the man, Paul Rivers, and he got the first down. He's down the right side. I think that was a fake all the way. Got 78, Andy Michael on the tackle for Bowie. And that's a gain of about 20 yards and a first down. It was 4th down and about 10 to go. That was about a 20-yard gain, maybe 15. And Paul Smith, we don't have the Paul Rivers, I'm sorry, we don't have the statistics for this game, but he's got to be well on his way to 100. And it's still the first quarter. Dynamic player. And we had an injured player on the field. That's number 6. Number 6, William Smith, not number Smith, William 6. But he's up and around. And we got a 1st and 10. We got a clip. Oh, hey, we got a clip. We got a clip on the play. Apparently came after the first down, we're being informed, so we're going to get a... Not sure what we're going to have a 1st and 25, or whether that's going to put the ball back and give it to Bowie. Apparently not, but we're going to have a 1st and 20. Let me see. Let's see. Ball is at the 49-yard line of Oxon Hill. They need to get to the 26 of Bowie, so that's a tall order. I haven't seen them go to the air yet at all. They went to the air, not that effectively against Coolers, but it did seem to loosen things up for the ground game, because they did go to the air quite frequently. Well, That's a wasted play as May again carries the ball right up the middle, and Bowie seems to have figured that out pretty well. On the tackle, let's see. I got 19 on one of the hits, Frank George for Bowie. Gain of only, let's call it 1. Got second down and 24 yards to go, right in midfield. From this angle, it's going to be hard at times to get report to you more than one of the tacklers, but we'll do the best we can as of now. And a handoff on the reverse sweep to Rivers, and his shortest gain of the day, I believe. See, I think I saw Roger Barnes, number 5, on the hit. Gain only of about 4. Ball is now on the 46, and we got a 3rd and 20. Oxon Hill trailing 8-0. In the very latter stages of the first quarter, the unofficial clock says 22 seconds right now. We got a 3rd and 20. Last week the clock was off by as much as a minute at the end of various quarters, but they got themselves together more and more as the game went along. I think we're pretty close today. And back to passes is Jackson. Got an open receiver, but he overthrows him. Pass was intended for 81, Jeff Buckland. And we got a 4th and 10. And I suppose Bowie will be ready for any fake. Paul Rivers, a star running back. He had such a great game. Well, I think he scored 3 touchdowns last week for Oxon Hill. Does the punting, so you know he's dangerous. Just tucked it down last time. I don't know if it was a called play. I think it appeared to be, but he might have seen something open on the right side, but able to gain first down easily. And okay, that's the end of the first quarter. We've got a score of 8-0 in favor of the visiting Bowie Bulldogs over the Oxon Hill Clippers. And we're ready to start the second quarter just that quick. About a 4th and 20. We've got around the 46-yard line of Bowie. And as they set the change, we're momentarily delayed. This is Charles Lewis. We'll be joined by Ben Stiffen that time. They didn't need a turnover to get the ball back, and the ball drops, and it's going to be down. Oh, man. Trying to spot it inside the 10-yard line, I believe. Dockett dropped down the ball. Keith Dockett, one of the co-captains, I believe, for Oxon Hill, and it's going to be hard to spot with. See if we can get a spot for you inside the 10-yard line. We got an unofficial spot around the 6-yard line, so Bowie letting the punt drop. They could have fielded it. It was a high kick, and it backfires on Oyer. They pay the price. And sweep to the right side, and it gets very little. It's very hard to see from this angle without a monitor, but it was very bunched up in the middle for Oxon Hill. Try to get some of the spot. This is only the second possession for Bowie, and the first one only lasted 3 plays. So we know we're looking at 5 Roger Barnes, 8 Jermaine Harrington, 9 Corey Lee. These are people involved in the scoring. First possession. We're located right here at a midfield seat, and we're looking at Bowie with a 2nd and 9 around their own 7, but we don't have a real good angle at it. I think this time we can see 22 with the ball. He's getting outside. That was 22, Myron Dent, who carried a couple times in the first possession. And he's wrestled out of bounds after a gain of about 7, I'd say. It's about a 3rd and 2, and we'll spot it we'll spot it about the 14-yard line in 3rd and 2. Under center is Roger Barnes. And again, I believe that's Dent with the carry, and it's a first down. And he's tackled by Lamont Smith, number 3, in the secondary. So we're starting to open up some holes. We got a first down around the 22-yard line. First and 10 around their own 22-yard line for Bowie. As they dug themselves out of a hole with 3 tough running plays. On the left side, he brought down a gain of about 3. I believe that was Andre Jones, number 44. Might have been 41. Toby Shiflett in on that as well. Got a gain of about 3. 2nd and 7 on the 25. We got 9:39 remaining in the second quarter here at Oxon Hill. Score 8-0 in favor of Bowie. Under center, we got Roger Barnes. He's a senior quarterback. And this carry is that kind of a one. Not sure who we got on that. I think that might have been Dent again. If that's the case, this has been a kind of one-dimensional offense for Bowie. But Dent, we've been getting most, if not all, of the carries as they've been able to gain a first down. And that game was only of about a yard or 2. I'll give them about a 3rd and 5, ball on the 27. That's the Bowie 27. You might have heard the stadium announcer make his first mistake. I've got a big lead over him, I'm sure, in that category. And there's a fake, and a roll out to the right. Wide open receiver, and it's a completion. And that, Marty Bosek, wide receiver, was lifted off as a quarterback. He's a senior. And it's a 1st and 10. Diving catch by Bosek. 1st and 10 now. We got it at the 42-yard line, and Bowie's moving the ball. That was off a play fake. We had one-on-one coverage out there on the in the secondary on the right side. I guess largely as a result of the fake. Pass was a little bit long, but Bosek made a good diving catch. Hey, what kind of diving catch isn't good, huh, fans? We got a 1st and 10 at the 42-yard line of Bowie. And there's a reverse, and the ball is juggled. And a tackle is made by 81, Jeff Buckland, on Jermaine Arrington, who scored the touchdown. And Bowie getting a little bit too cute here early in the season. The ball was bobbled there. They were at least able to recover, but the loss was big. That is a loss of 12, and the ball is at the 30-yard line of Bowie with a 2nd and 22. And perhaps that play will give the home team, Oxon Hill, an emotional lift. They worked really hard early, and they were dominating. But then a turnover and one big play, which they misjudged an interception, led to an 8-0 score, and that's Dent again, I believe, up the middle. And on the tackle again is 44, Andre Jones. And that's not much of a gain. Gives him 2 yards to the 32, gives us a 3rd and 20. This sequence was set up by a punt that Bowie allowed to drop around the 20, and it rolled to the 6. They were able to get a couple first downs, but then the reverse backfired. And we've got a 3rd and 20 with Roger Barnes at quarterback, number 5. And he's rolling to his left. And there's the interception by number 4. Coming over to the right side, on the left side, I'm sorry, he avoids a couple tackles, but he's down at the 38. Number 4 happens to be Omar Jackson, quarterback, the opposite number of the man that threw the ball. Opposite position in any event. And we've got a first down, that first big play for Oxon Hill. The crowd going crazy, of course. Ball was up for grabs, as, quite frankly, the touchdown pass appeared to be. This time the defender did not misjudge the ball. And instead, it's a big play for Oxon Hill on defense. And Jackson, after talking over with the coaches what their play selection might be, is back behind center. Last man into the huddle. And Oxon Hill is in business at the 38-yard line. Of Bowie are almost in business. We've got a timeout signal by the officials, and that's delay of game. Yeah, well, what led to that? I guess they'll make the trade gladly, but Oxon Hill, as you know, at the high school level, we have players going both ways. And the quarterback made the interception, had to talk to the coaches, then run to the huddle, and that, of course, took just a little too much time. And again, up the middle, there's no room. This time, however, it is Paul Rivers and not May, who'd been stopped on John May, who'd been stopped on the previous 2 or 3 carries on a similar play. There's nothing doing up the middle right now. We still have not seen Oxon Hill go to the passing game. In the game against Coolidge, late in the game, when we thought they'd be running the clock down, they were throwing every second or third play, but we haven't seen them go to the air at all here. They're down 8-0, and the running game hasn't been working the last couple of series. Maybe we'll see them go to the air pretty soon. Oxon Hill is a very good place kicker, 79, Wayne Rumsey, who we see warming up on the sideline. He's got very good range. Uh-oh, there's a flag on the play as Rivers goes up the left side and gains about 8. Might have seen an illegal procedure. Flag appeared to be thrown before the play. Currently against the offense, but they are talking to the offense. It might have been an infraction against Bowie. No, I called it wrong the second time, right the first time. They were talking to Oxon Hill, but it was a dead ball foul. Almost always against the offense. False start, as it's described by the stadium announcer. Illegal procedure, the official call. In the NFL, they'll announce it as false start. And digging a hole for themselves again is Oxon Hill. They were the ones that played relatively mistake-free ball last week against Coolidge. As conversely, Coolidge was assessed some penalties on some very big plays and committed 4 turnovers in the first half, kind of dictating the outcome of that game all by themselves, with the infractions and the miscues. And back in the pocket, there's nothing there, and Jackson is the third fumble by Oxon Hill today, and let's see who fell on it. They're piled up, and they're signaling Bowie. Do not have the numbers, and that's my fault. But a big play as there was pressure on quarterback Omar Jackson. Hey, maybe they shouldn't pass the ball that much. He never got it off. A lot of pressure on Omar Jackson. He stepped up in the pocket to get away from a little of the pressure, and then he was tackled by 2 defenders. Ball was jarred loose. There was a big pileup. There was a big pileup, and ball was recovered by Bowie. All the big plays this game have been in favor of the Bowie Bulldogs. We're in operation again at the 48-yard line of Oxon Hill. And there's a little bit of a discussion, maybe a timeout on the field as we see some coaches in the huddle. We got 5 minutes on the clock remaining. The second quarter. Goes 8-0, favor the team with possession of the ball. That's the team in white going left to right on your screen. That's the Bowie Bulldogs from Bowie, Maryland. So things not going as well for Oxon Hill as they did on our previous broadcast, and now the order of the day is to stop the Bowie Bulldogs, who are about to start a drive inside Oxon Hill territory at the 48. And there's a pitch out to Myron Dent. He fumbles, but he falls on it himself. Pitch out to the left side of Myron Dent. Ball never really gotten under control. Yeah, 55. Keith Dockett in there, and Toby Shipley at 41, but there was really no tackle on the play. Just a bobble and a loss of a yard on a fumble recovery by the player who fumbled. Myron Dent, number 22 for Bowie. So it's 2nd and 11 on the 49-yard line of Oxon Hill. Under center again is Roger Barnes. And he's back to pass. Good protection now he's under pressure. And he brought down a beautiful shoestring tackle by 54 Jason Tisdale. It looked like Barnes was going to get away from that, and he had some running room in front of him. That's a loss of the ball is spotted at the 39-yard line of Bowie. That's a loss of 12. And we've got 3rd and 23. Bowie has to get to the 38-yard line of Oxon Hill. The ball is on their own 39. Let's see if they'll get conservative here. We got 52, 54, Jason Muchler 52, Dante Williams 54. We see along the offensive line. 13 out. Wide receiver, not too far, not split too wide, is Bosek. And that's an inside handoff to the man that scored the 2-point conversion, Corey Lee, and he's tackled, I believe, by 41, Toby Shiflett. And they gain a few yards and put the ball in the middle of the field, although that's not going to help. They're not kicking a field goal. Got the ball on the 45-yard line, maybe 45 and a half. Bowie with a 4th down and a long way to go. Let me do some math. I should be able to. I'm a math teacher. I got 16, 17 yards, between 16 and 17 yards to go. And back to receive the kick is Rivers, and on the kick was Bosek. And Rivers avoids the first offender, but you don't want to juke like. We got a flag on the play as well. Rivers tried to make a couple of moves after he caught it. On a punt return, if you fake out one guy, you got 2 other guys on you in most situations. But he avoided one, but really didn't get anything on the return. And let's see what the flag is in reference to. Probably got some type of a clip or block below the waist. Ball is being moved back. Penalty is obviously against Oxon Hill. Field position is going to be bad as they march it back to, let's see what the signal is. Ball is spotted at the 12-yard line of Oxon Hill. I don't get a signal, but at least it's a 1st and 10, not 1st and 25 like it was the last time they got a major. And you see 4, 10, and 6 coming to the game. That's 6 William Smith, I'm sorry, I'm spotting the wrong team. Obviously 4, Omar Jackson, 6, Jason Howard, and 10, Tim Williams. On the center is Omar Jackson, who rolls out to his right and completes the first pass to the aforementioned Tim Williams, but he's tackled one-on-one out there. A nice stop by 19. Frank George, I believe that was for Bowie. And that's the half with 3 minutes and 4 seconds remaining on the scoreboard clock. We were right on time the first quarter, but that was a bit of a surprise. We got an 8-0 halftime score in favor of the visitors, Bowie Bulldogs, over the Oxon Hill Clippers. And we're going to be back with you with the second half. I'm not sure how we're going to stay with you right now, but miscues that, yep.
Got it?